But
What's
it's
up,
it's
man?
actually kind of cool because, you know, like in Fallout 4, you were the only player in the server, so, or it was a single player game in the save file, where these are actual servers. So you're gonna run into people. There's up to 24 players on a map. So each one of those people are building their own base or their own settlement, just like Fallout 4, where you can build settlements. These are called camps, and now you can place multiple camps, and they also have shelters, so you can build your own vaults, and you can build like up to 5 right now, depending on if you buy them or not. So there's a lot of like building and decorating, pretty on par with Fallout 4. The next big update they're going to do is private server overhaul. So I think everything you build is going to be persistent in the world. So you can build up workshops and stuff.
That'd be amazing.
Yep, it's going
The
to be really
workshops.
fun.
Building that up is gonna be
When
fun.
the game first came out, there was, you know, there's like quests and stuff, but mostly assigned to you by robots and like their area quests and exploration quests. But since the game came out, they've added in Wastelanders. We're playing Steel Dawn right now. And you actually talked like NPCs. Like Wastelander was about settlers and raiders, and you got to choose a side and go through a whole quest line. You get a quest for both of them, but at the very end, you have to choose who you really want to side with, and you got to build reputation up for each one of them. And there's really good rewards for building up reputation. Like I unlocked the garden planter, which is like a floor tile that allows you to build gardens inside, and that's like really cool. And then the raiders, you can get an ammo producer, and it just sits there producing ammo. And there's a bunch of other things, but those are like the big ones. And then, yeah, you choose a side, you play for them, and then once you're done that, you can go to the Steel Dawn expansion. Thank you for the follow, Shaggy Shears.
Thank you.
Welcome to the community, buddy. Glad to have you here. But yeah, we're playing Steel Dawn, and it's all about the Brotherhood. And there's going to be a new content drop for this, I think in June or July. Season 5, and they also have seasons. So let me show you this real quick. So you have a scoreboard. So everything you do in this game, from dailies to weeklies to just playing the game and earning EXP, you go up this board, and there's like rewards on here. And one of them, like newer ones that everybody's really stoked about that I just unlocked, is the mannequins. So Fallout 4, I don't think it had mannequins. That was a Skyrim thing, right? Yeah, I don't believe there were mannequins in Fallout 4. Maybe, no, there was. There was added in with one of the DLCs. So yeah, you can place mannequins now, put your armor on them, and show them off in your shelters and your camps. And you get like cool things like vendor bots. It's like a Nuka-Cola vending machine, and people can buy stuff off you. They're all skins and fun little things, but you get like things to build your camps. You get like power armor skins. So you just play through. The season is free. It's a free battle pass. And you'll earn $20 of in-game currency playing through this. So you can actually buy some stuff, and they don't charge you for it. So you just, every season there's some new cool shit to get. And like they even do, like last season, they gave you NPCs for your camps. Like there was a cook and then something else, and they like wander.
Here's the store now, in case you want
Yeah,
to
and so
see.
you can buy stuff off the store, but you can earn the money through playing the season, and it doesn't cost you anything. So that's cool. Like most battle passes cost $20, you make your money back, whereas this one's free and you make $20. So there's like a lot of stuff, and in theory, like there's more to this game than Fallout 4 because of the updates, right? You know, like we're getting a new Brotherhood content drop in summer, and then we're getting a fall one, and then a winter one. And then next year, they're going to go really ham, because right now they're building out the foundation. They just added in the ability to do multi-speccing and re-speccing and change your build around, which was huge. Then they added in the shelters and then the multi-camps, and now they're doing the private server. And I think what they're doing right now is they're building up the foundation of the game so that they can really make like the RPG and choices and mechanics really polished. And then they just keep dumping in the content. They've been doing a good job adding content since Wastelanders, but it's not been at a rapid rate because they've been so busy fixing the display cases and how the shelters work, because people were always duplicating things and breaking the game. And it seems like they finally got all that under wraps. And now it's like it's got some solid mechanics, some really good tech behind it. Now they just need to add more content. But there is content. Like, we're playing content right now, and there's still like a gajillion side quests that I haven't even touched. So there's no shortage of things for me to do when I log in, and it's good. It's really solid. It's helpful to know.
Yep.
No problem. Yeah, I've been enjoying
But
this.
also, we were
Wastelanders.
talking about
Or,
the
still
robots. No one will experience that anymore.
well,
So
no,
in the
that's
beginning,
not
everyone
true.
was complaining that there was no NPCs and nothing. But
Yeah,
it was because we were repopulating the wasteland as a part of the story, right? And
right.
now when you walk out, there's already these two chicks when you get out of the vault, remember?
Right, instead of a robot. Yeah, Zal makes a really
Yeah.
interesting point there, because like when the game first released, Bethesda's like, the players are gonna be the story, and then they realized that doesn't work too well because the players want to run off and do Fallout.
I think they should have said it. They should have made it more clear.
Well, they didn't.
They didn't.
That's not true, because they didn't plan on adding NPCs. It was because of player feedback that they did, which goes to show that they actually are listening to the players, which is very important. So, anyways, yeah, like you make an interesting point with the way the game was released and how they integrated that with the timeline, is that basically we were the first people to step out of the vaults. There was no one else. In the Fallout timeline, this is like a year or so after the bombs dropped, right? Or several years. It's not that far off. So we were the first people to step out of the vault. So that means that there are no raiders, there are no Brotherhood, there's not a whole lot of them. They're all stepping out of the vault too. So some time has passed now that the DLC is out, and people are emerging and coming to the Appalachia, which means like the quests that we did in the very beginning were all robot based and like, rebuilding the world based and story based, in terms of being the first people out. But now there is stuff, there's people and things are coming out. So it's kind of interesting because they're kind of evolving the timeline. And now the Brotherhood in Fallout 4, there was the Maxon, the leader of the Brotherhood. His great-great-great-grandma is in this game. And we're trying to find her right now or do missions for her or some shit like that. So it's kind of cool. We get to see little bits of story from the future, or I guess which is the past now, which becomes the future in the later Fallout games, which I like.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see where they take this now that they're actually pushing the content, because for a long time people.
Wait. When you said they didn't plan on ending NPCs.
Yeah.
There's so much content now. Oh, no, microscope. 8 already. Jesus. They couldn't have prepared all these DLC without NPCs.
They didn't. They did this on the fly. That's why there was a content drought.
What did they have planned then? Like fucking Robot City everywhere?
Yeah, they didn't plan anything. That's what I'm saying. They changed their plans.
So what? What was the DLC gonna be?
Who knows? They obviously canned all their ideas and went forward with this. They probably
That'd be
didn't.
Interesting to know.
I mean, when the game was released, it wasn't even ready to go. They didn't have anything on the drawing board for DLC, and then so like there probably wasn't anything. So that's why there was a content drought for the first year of Fallout 76. They were just fixing stuff, and everyone said that this game was dead. And then they came out with Wastelanders, and now they're making a comeback, and they're still trying to fix things and get it to where it needs to be. But I see 2022 just being like every 3 months there's going to be a new season with a huge content drop and new stories, new NPCs. It's all in development now, and they have some good design leads. It helps that Microsoft now owns Bethesda, and this game is on Game Pass for free. So there's a lot of new players trying this game out, and it's the #1 played game on Xbox. That's saying a lot. So I guarantee, Microsoft and Bethesda are like, okay, like let's make this happen. And in terms of the shop, like they're gonna make it so you can buy more camp slots, more shelters, more build slots. It's all optional, but people will buy it, which will really, really help with the monetization. So they're gonna get a good cash flow from the player base, and then I think a big player base will be coming in 2022.
At launch, Fallout 76 was more barren than the game's universe.
Yep.
I mean, I had a lot of fun playing it, but yeah.
Yeah, they're doing really good now. I'm happy with the direction it's going. It's a little bit slow, but it helps that they're throwing the seasons in, and you can.
Yeah, but Fallout 4 was slow. Come on.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, in
Yeah.
theory, Fallout, like, if you just didn't do the main story and ran around and did all the side quests in Fallout 4, and I'm excluding Far Harbor and Nuka-Cola World, there's like less than 50 quests in Fallout 4. If you're not including those Radiant ones, another settlement needs your help. There's like less than 50 just side quests. There's not a whole lot. It's pretty barren, and it's a little bit depressing. Whereas in Fallout 76, like, I mean, there's probably a lot more to do in terms of moment-to-moment questing and stuff.
I mean, I have to, of course.
Because they got a bigger player base, it's multiplayer.
Events. But that's the thing with Fallout 4. If they would just put in these random events like you have here, and it would change.
They could have just kept
you got the settlement thing. Oh, this is what you ate. This
but
turret.
Fallout 4 has the modding community, and you know, like they add more quests in. But like Fallout 4 is a game where you could just keep adding more quests in, and it would just progressively, like, I would buy quest packs. Let's put it that way. They're like, oh, we just added in a new settlement and it has all these quests. I would.
But that's what the modders did, right?
Yeah, that's what the modders do. But that's what they're doing with Fallout 76. They're like, new season, new quests, new content, new things to do. Here you go, and they're not charging you for the seasons or the battle passes. They're free.
No.
So, but they're making their money because you're gonna be in the battle pass, and some cool ass pack's gonna come up. Nuka-Cola pack that you can build your Nuka-Cola base with, and you're gonna drop $20 on it for sure. But I'm getting $20 a month from my Fallout First, or $20 worth of atoms, and then I'm also getting 20 worth from the battle pass. So I don't really need to buy atoms. I just get them from Fallout First and season passes.
And
this place is freaking huge, man. It never ends. I'm carrying 600 pounds worth of shit now. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of here. Oh my god. My quest doesn't even have anything anymore. What's going on here?
It says explore the facility.
Yeah, mine disappeared. Find a way to use the transmitter. What transmitter? I must have ran by it.
I guess. Oh, salt.
I think the important thing now is that they're giving us reasons to be excited. And it's exactly right, Wordy. And the fall update, they're rehauling private servers. And they were talking a long time ago that they wanted to make it so private servers were like private. Like when you build something and then you log back into your private server, it's still there. So I feel like private servers are going to be like dedicated servers. You go build up a you go build up a workshop and, you know, set it up with power, and it's mining resources and it's doing all this cool shit for you. You log out and you log back in. Currently, it's gone. But with the new private servers, it'll still be there when you get back in. And that's like absolutely huge, because we can all get together. Me, Zell, Blastcat, some of you guys from the community, if you're playing this game. We can get on my private server and just rebuild the wasteland. And
I wonder if it's still 24 players.
It's 8.
When they do that. Oh, it's 8?
Yeah, that's why they're able to do more with it, because...
Is it 24 now, or is it also 8?
It's 8. They're going to keep it as 8,
okay.
Yeah. Which makes sense, because, you know, like, that means you can have a little bit more capacity for building things.
Wait.
And...
But if, okay, we have 8 people, and someone doesn't play, and we invite someone else, what's going to happen with...
It's my private server, so whatever gets built there is mine.
Isn't it going to... I wonder if that's going to work.
No, it's fine. Like, you join my game and you build something, and it doesn't belong to you. Like, when you leave the world,
I know,
stays
but
there.
let's say 20 different people go in your world.
That's fine.
And build a camp. Yeah, but let's say 100 people.
If it's your camp, your camp is going to disappear when you leave, because it's your camp.
Oh, okay. And only when you come online on your server, everything is going to be back.
Exactly. The camps are going to function the same way, but the workshops and persistent stuff and my camp and my base will always be persistent on my
But
server.
if I claim a workshop
and build it,
it will still.
Yeah, when I jump in,
still
it'll
stay.
be there. It'll be like, oh, Zal built some shit today while I was offline.
Yeah. No, but I cannot get in your.
You probably won't
private
see
server,
much of
it's
me
not
next
there.
week. Mass Effect release Friday. I won't be able to resist. Yeah, see, I've never actually played through the Mass Effect series. I've played a little bit of the first one. I kind of want to play through it. However,
I played it so much. I don't know.
I've never played it, so it's going to be a good experience for me. But streaming it, I would have to like get through all of them. We're looking at like a 300-hour Let's Play, and would that? While that's cool, I'm also in the middle of like I haven't even been able to make videos. So let's get back to making videos before I consider playing Mass Effect. Obviously, I'm always trying to stream on weekends, no matter what, and I just been able to do that and not make the videos. So we're a little bit behind. And then it's like, well, if I play Mass Effect down the road, like 2 months, is that still going to be fun? Like, you know, the hype is here for the re-release. So, like, if there's any time to play it, it's now. I might buy it and see if I have the time, and if I, you know, we'll just plug away at it whenever we have some time, and we'll eventually finish it, put it up on the second channel. I think it could be fun. Reset
it's fun.
communication systems.
I think you'll like it.
Of course. I mean, it's Bioware. I love Dragon Age. Register your handprint.
I mean,
Registration successful.
what is the
Arwen, you've played
Legion,
most
what-
of the Fallout games except for this one. You should definitely get into this. As a pointer, have you ever had Microsoft Game Pass? If not, Microsoft Game Pass is a PC and Xbox platform. So you can get all the Xbox games on your PC. And the first month is $1. And I've subscribed to it, and it showed up on my Visa as $1. So, and then it's like $10 a month or something after that. So if you get your Game Pass for $1, Fallout 76 is on there, as well as Doom and all the Bethesda games. Like every single Microsoft game is on there. So you get a smorgasbord. It's Wasteland 3. Yeah, so
Torchlight.
so many good games that it's like if you
EA is on there. All the FIFA.
you can pay $1 and it'd be like, oh well, I could try Fallout 76 now if I don't like it. Well, there's 2,000 other games for you to go try. It's worth it. Hashtag sponsor me. Return to the lab.
Yeah, Microsoft.
You're on PS4 at the moment, but do you have a PC, Arwen? Because the Game Pass works on PC.
Yeah. I don't think. I mean.
Yeah, the decisions Mass Effect won't carry over
on.
to the other sequential games. Yeah, but see,
But-
before they did it
But
in
how
a
is it
lazy.
different?
No, they did it in a
Like
lazy
how?
way before because it didn't carry over because one game was on Origins and one wasn't on Steam, and then you had, and even if you had them all on Origins, it was like choose which endings you picked, and you had to like kind of tie it together. I remember that, like my mom was into it, and she's like, oh, I have to like fill out the information of what I did in the last game. Whereas the Mass Effect remake will just automatically apply it, and I really like that.
No, but like, what is different? Like, what did they do with it now? What is the remake?
It's just
like,
better graphics, 4K, better controls. They said like the shooting's like more next gen-y and like not as like crappy. So it's mainly the first one that got rehauled because the second and third were actually just fine the way they were.
Andromeda.
So
Andromeda.
well, I don't. Is Andromeda a part of that package? You think it would be, but I don't think it
maybe.
is.
I played
Wonder
it.
how long it's been
I think
here.
I
What the
finished
fuck?
it. Even.
What's up,
They
guys?
don't already. The people of Appalachia deserve to know about this.
We've hardly breached the surface of this
What?
place, Paladin. There's no telling.
Still
how
exploring the
dangerous it is for
facility.
trained
I want to be
standalone
cool like them.
civilians.
I'm quite aware of how dangerous it may be. It's all the more
Oh.
reason to spread the word. The people must be allowed to make their own informed decisions.
I'll hold my tongue.
Have I been here?
There's the initiate.
No.
Let's
This is
hope
not
they make a
looted.
thorough sweep of the area.
Okay. It's a good indication.
Ad Victorium. What's up?
Good work securing an entrance, Initiate. Have you located the transmitter?
It doesn't work on your laptop. I mean, PS4 is not a bad way to play Fallout 76.
Well, we're playing with a controller.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just thinking how powerful is the PS4? Like a PS5 or an Xbox X.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, I know, but it's also not great. I know, like, Aaron went from an Xbox One to my sister's kind of crappy PC, and he said it worked way better. And her PC's not very good. It took some work to access, but the transmitter is past that door.
Excellent initiative. You can depend on us from here.
I don't know where I'm.
Are there any threats we need to know about?
There's
So
an
I
AI
came up
called
through
Soda.
there.
I think she's been trying to kill me.
How exactly does a terminal program go about killing someone?
Regardless
Well,
of
let me
her
list all the
methods,
ways that she tried.
every confidence that the three of us can handle her.
Through here.
Moving forward, let's not waste any more
Did
time.
all this shit.
Lead the
Went
way,
up there.
Initiate.
Okay, I can't. My build doesn't allow me to be cool in power armor. I'm gonna make a power armor build. So there, you guys were asking about this game, so I'll show you this. You have the perk system, right? Just like in the
Johnny,
other
where do
Fallout
you go?
games. I don't know.
Help me 1 second.
I have
You
no
don't
idea. It's a maze, man. I don't know that room from the next. Explore the facility. Just keep opening doors. So yeah, you have your perk system like every other Fallout game. I actually think this one's better than Fallout 4 for sure. I like the perk system here. It's dope. In fact, I think this is my favorite perk system of all the Fallouts. So then there's legendary perks. You get these for over leveling. So these are like your Paragon levels. Like once you hit max level, you get more, and you get points. You can see my points in the bottom right-hand corner, and that's what you get for breaking down cards you don't want. And you can buy the legendary cards with them. What they added in is a ability to respec and shuffle your cards around. What makes you special? There's a little thing in your camp that you can use, and it'll switch all the cards around. It'll switch all your points around, and you can customize it. So I'm gonna set up a second one for power armor, and right now my build is all about like agility and VATs and shooting and block crits, just murdering things super fast, running around at low HP to do more damage. And I want to just make one where I'm just a tank using super sledges and heavy Gatling guns.
Warning.
And now I can do that. So that's exciting. It gives me something else to work towards, something to get excited about. It's very fun.
Their task failed. As
I'm with a junkie build, but it's not
Suppose
finished yet,
that's
so I do
AI?
I'd like to see this.
more
voice.
damage the more
Stop
addictions I
us.
have.
task 000. Unknown user.
Always fun,
Holy
but I'm not
shit!
using
Yeah, watch how fast
So
my
wrong.
build murders.
weapon.
System 2 units. XLB-59.
Holy crap, she's a 3-star legendary.
Verified.
Gotta rebuild my AP.
See now what the initiate was
Oh, wait.
talking about.
She dead.
It's unfortunate that even terminal programs turn to violence.
Hot damn.
You did so easily. You're gonna be so shocked when you make that power armor build.
What, on how bad it is?
Yeah, how much less damage you're gonna do.
Oh, I'll try to make it good. I'll get like a really good
What?
Gatling gun. A 2-shot
Yeah, sure.
explosive Gatling gun.
Mhm.
Then it's shooting 2 bullets for every one and exploding.
Okay, but you have to find it yourself.
Yeah. I probably have some, to be honest. I was doing a lot of trading. Maybe I sold it. I don't know. Just buy it off another player.
Yeah, sure.
Speak to Paladin Rahmani.
This appears to be a manual console.
Guys still
for the
streaming? What's up,
transmitter.
Fua? And
I need
Heavy
a moment
Fuel. How
to
you
go
doing,
over
Heavy
the
Fuel?
controls. The two of you are to find the power supply and install the ultrasight battery.
Wait,
cell
am I
that
going the right
Scarlet
way?
sent us
Fucking
with.
maze. Yeah, I guess. Okay, let's see. Food and drink.
Take your time. I'll need to wrestle with this device for a while. I don't know how Scribe Valdez does it.
This way, initiate.
Rice and
I believe the
beans,
power
some
supply
dog
should be in this area.
food.
But these quests are really engaging. Like, I've been enjoying hanging out with the Brotherhood and doing all this stuff. I feel like I'm playing Fallout 4 again, you know? I'm getting those vibes.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Let's get this done quickly.
Insta mash.
Leaving Rahmani to fiddle with the transmitter as she pleases doesn't
Get
sit
the
well
status
with me.
effects up. Well, hello. You stupid plasma
It's
weapons.
against everything
Come
I
on.
know and trust to disrespect my superiors. But it would be irresponsible to hold back my reservations any longer. Paladin Rahmani's
Salute while you're
actions
trying to
are
shoot me.
unbecoming of her station. She carelessly shares resources, takes unnecessary risks.
You
and
don't have to
doles
work
out
tomorrow,
her
Zol?
trust
Ask
to
Frua?
anyone who takes an interest in joining us,
Oh, I do.
regardless of merit.
In the kitchen?
The brotherhood she's building
Yep.
is not the one
time
I
is it for you?
believe in.
2 almost. I'm gonna quit here soon. Fuck, it's 2 already.
Paladin Rahmani is responsible for the lives of dozens of
Oh.
initiates and countless civilians. One wrong choice for them.
Time
and
flies.
that's
Playing
it.
Fallout.
I won't argue
that's for
about
sure.
this, but I will order you to get back to the transmitter while I finish up here. Think about what I said, Initiate, and think about what the Brotherhood stands for.
Well, I don't understand. I think she's doing the right thing. I would rather have her at the head of the Brotherhood than that dick.
Did Night Shin get held up? Well,
He's talking
perhaps
shit about
it's for
you.
the
Yeah.
best. This gives me the opportunity to ask you something. You've been a tremendous asset to the Brotherhood's efforts, and I'd like you to continue to be one. But we can't do that with the shadows of the Elders looming over our shoulders. They're cowards. Too obsessed with preventing disaster to pave a new way forward. Under their guidance, we will never rebuild the world. We'll stay rooted in place, guarding a hoard of technology that can be used for neither good nor evil. Here in Appalachia, we have an opportunity to make a real difference, to help the people of today build their own future. So
I have
let's get
looted
free and take that
everything in
opportunity.
this place.
Tell
Sick.
me, Initiate. Are you with me?
I'm with her. I'm 100% on board with this chick. Let's build a new
It's
world.
good to have your trust. With your support, there's nothing we can't do. I believe in the Brotherhood of Steel. So much that I would rewrite its customs to lead it on the right path. Reestablishing contact with the Elders will only shackle us.
Running out of ammo here.
Possibly even destroy us. So we must disable this transmitter. Permanently.
Okay, so
This is a
same.
choice
Yep.
that can never be
Yes.
undone.
Oh, wow.
So tell me, do you support the growth and outreach of the Appalachian Brotherhood of Steel under the command of Paladin Leila Rahmani?
Please
Or
assist.
are you beholden to the fearful and outdated mandates of the Elders, to whom our very own Knight Daniel Shin vows his loyalty?
So basically, she's trying to convince me to become like a free state brotherhood, and fucking ants again, man, ants. I'm getting ants in here. Fuck, this is awful.
Ants in My Pants is not a song in this game.
Anyways, yeah. So she wants to basically break off from the Brotherhood from the rest of the world and stop taking orders from them and break communications, and that makes us like a free state.
Wow, it's just, but look at this guy.
That's a free state brotherhood, but you know, the Brotherhood should all be in communication. That could also hurt us, but for the sake of this game, I think it's rebuilding the wasteland and doing things on our own. So contacting the Elders might destroy us. There's something you're not telling me. I'm loyal to you. Let's destroy the transmitter. Knight shouldn't understand something you don't. I stand with him. I'm not loyal to either of you. Let me see what she says with this.
Something happened during our journey to Appalachia.
Okay.
Mistake that cost the lives of an entire town,
Okay.
and likely countless more. If Knight Shin gets an opportunity to speak with the Elders, he will confess to this incident and to us breaking their direct orders.
Uh-oh.
We'll have our titles stripped, our influence rendered illegitimate. Everything we worked for here will be gone. But if circumstances prevent us from establishing contact, we will continue on as a sanctioned offshoot of the Brotherhood of Steel. We will be able to spread its authority and goodwill across the nation. Is that not something worth fighting
This
for?
is actually a really difficult decision. I need to know what the incident was.
You must recall the Brotherhood weaponry we tasked you with retrieving these last few missions. We had claimed the entire cache from a military facility in the Midwest. It was meant to stay under Brotherhood protection, until we came across a town under threat of a massacre by some raiders. We equipped the townspeople with the weapons and fought by their sides. It was
Okay.
the only way to give them a chance. But it wasn't enough. The raiders won. They took possession of the weapons, and they've been running wild ever since. It is my belief that we must learn from our mistakes. But Knight Shin hangs on to them. He cannot move forward until he confronts the past, until he lays our guilt on display for the elders. I say that we can, that we must, move forward on our own.
Damn, that's rough.